issues, including a lack of proper housing and sanitation, are just some of the challenges that are experienced by some residents in Carolina, in Mpumalanga. In fact, that's as the Presidential Imbizo is expected to get underway this morning. President Cyril Ramaphosa is leading a delegation of ministers, MECs, mayors as well to engage community members about a range of issues in that community. Mweli Masilela is following the story for us, and he joins us now live. And really, tell us a bit more about some of the concerns that have been raised by these residents, because that's certainly going to inform the kind of intervention that should be introduced by the president when he arrives there.
Yes, indeed, and most of the community members that we have spoken to are actually saying that they are hoping that this Imbizo will not just be a talk shop, because there's been quite a number of issues that they've raised before, mainly the issue of the lack of land for human settlements, as well as other service delivery challenges, including the issue of clean drinking water, as well as lack of proper housing. But let me just go straight to the Premier of the province, Refilwe Mtsweni. Premier, a lot of expectation from the community of Carolina. They've raised quite a number of service delivery challenges that they are facing. Is this Imbizo the kind of platform that will help them in terms of addressing some of those problems?
Definitely, Imbizo is the platform where they can engage with government, because government is expected to come back and report back to the communities, and also get to appreciate the challenges as they are contained on the ground, and engage with the communities, afford them an opportunity to raise the issues that are pertinent to them, and not just to allow them to raise them and from then we leave. We don't come back to address practically the challenges that they have faced and give feedback of the progress that we have made thus far. Yes, indeed, Carolina and the Chief Albert Luthuli municipality has challenges just like any other municipalities. It has to do with the crime rate, which is high. As you know that just recently we were here to launch the Imbizo around the issues of crime, and there are issues of cost of land. Service stands are needed, and we must indicate that we've already serviced about 3,500 stands for the community of Chief Albert Luthuli municipality, which we will then begin with the top structures in making sure that we afford them an opportunity to housing. And of course, they still have water challenges, particularly in farm areas. So farm dwellers are still struggling with pipe water system, which is a matter that we are looking at to say what is it that we can do as government to assist them in that regard. It comes with its own challenges because of the land belongs to somebody else. They are there as workers there, but at the very same time, they must not be deprived of the basic services that they need. Yes, so there's quite a number of challenges in as much as there's quite good strides that have been made in this regard to make sure that we better and develop the communities around Chief Albert Luthuli municipality.
Premier, you've touched on the issue of crime. There was an Imbizo here hosted by the Minister of Justice, Ronald Lamula, and the community members complained about that issue of gender-based violence, that it is still rife here. Is that a matter that you are looking into as well?
Yes, the Imbizo, the crime Imbizo was hosted by us as the province. Indeed, there were quite a number of issues that were raised, and amongst the other issues had to do with gender-based violence, which is happening. But then in the main, most of the criminal elements that are happening here has to do with robbery, burglary. So those are the pertinent issues. And looking at the proximity from this municipality to the border gate of Swaziland, so it makes the crime activities quite conducive for the criminals to partake into them around this municipality. And most of the criminals, what we have established though is that even in our backyards, whether unaware or aware, so they are being housed there, coming from respective areas, they settle around here and they start vandalizing and doing criminal activities even to the business sector. But we must say that we've been monitoring the space very closely closely, and yes, we are starting to see positive spin-off in that regard. So criminals have been apprehended, and we are following through all the syndicates that are operating within this municipality.